Okay, I think we might be live.
Oh, we're live? Okay.
I think so. Yeah. Do you want to like wave at the camera and see if I can get it to work on my computer or something? Oh no, just shout Subterra noises.
Subterra?
Subterra. You got your phone on you?
It's on my 10%. Yeah.
So, I think it's. Oh yeah, we've definitely got a viewer. It's come up with a little thing. We are definitely live. Hello everybody. There's a like. Okay, this is good. Okay, yeah. It's me, Peter, behind the fourth wall here, just like sorting out the camera and stuff, making sure we actually, make this work. Is that like, where's the comments thing? Is that like a comments thing?
Secure, not phone.
You what?
Is that phone secure?
It's a little wobbly. Comments will appear here.
Behind the curtain.
Oh no! If anyone's watching, it looks like 5 of you are. Could you pop a comment in the little comment section just so I can see that this is actually working and that the internet is currently watching us? Oh, that's a comment. Okay, cool. We're live. Dang. Wait a minute. 1 second. Okay. If you can see Rose, who is going to wave at you and demonstrate like a glamorous assistant,
Subterra 2.
that this is happening, just pop a comment in the thing. Make sure we've got like a good picture here so you can see everything. Yeah, just do me a cheeky little comment and then we can get rolling. Yeah, that looks like we've got a good. Okay, I think we're good.
Okay, great.
You ready, Rose?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Is the internet ready to see my face as well now?
I mean...
Probably never, but we'll give it a go. Okay, alright. Okie dokie. So, hello, it's me, Peter, and Rose. What we're going to do is do a full playthrough of the core game of Subterra 2, Inferno's Edge. Yeah, we've got to go play through the whole thing from start to finish, and we're going to explain what we're doing as we're going along. Maybe give a bit more insight into kind of the strategies that we're employing, kind of combos we're trying to create between different character powers, that kind of thing. And hopefully give you a good idea of how the game works, how it plays, what it feels like to play, and yeah, so let's get started.
Okay, here we go. This game, I'm taking the Priest, who is a long-range healer, and the Rogue, who is very good at running off on their own, but maybe we'll need the Priest's help.
And I am playing the Foreman, who is really good at finding a way through big old piles of rubble and making things safer. So he's kind of a good backline character to keep things easier for characters to come back after they've got the artifacts and get back to the entrance again. Also taking the Veteran, because tanks are great. She is an absolute tank and has a ton of health and is really good at battering Guardians. So I've got a kind of defensive and an offensive character kind of offset each other. Hopefully have a good combo of abilities there going on it. So yeah, so do you want to give an overview for those who aren't too familiar with the game as to how it works?
Okay, so in Subterra 2, much like in Subterra 1, we are going to be exploring the cave, but this time the twist is that we need to find 3 keys, explore the whole cave so that we find the Sanctum, and get the keys
Which looks like this.
to the Sanctum, where we'll be able to pick up the artifact and hopefully make it back to the exit before the volcano erupts and swallows us with lava.
This is bad. We don't want this.
Okay, so much like Subterra 1, we will have an action point system, so we're going to be going to the cave, revealing or exploring, depending on whether we're feeling risky or not, fighting monsters, healing eeach other, and hopefully staying alive long enough to grab the glory.
Because everybody knows ancient volcanic temples are not nice places. So there's probably going to be nasty stuff coming along, which we'll explain a little bit more in detail when it comes up.
Okay, let's get started. So, the Priest is going first, so they have the lead explorer script. This is very much prototype version.
Yeah, it's not going to look like this. It's going to look way more awesome.
Yeah.
This is just a sample copy we've got done, so give it out to reviewers when we have a go at sort of playing the game in flesh, so to speak.
Yeah. Okay, well I'm going to start by exploring.
So exploring is one action point, and that's where you basically combine a reveal and a move action together. Because you jump straight into something, not knowing what it is, and obviously it can go horribly wrong, like in a dead end where a Guardian will spawn, which is exactly what Rose has just done there. So Not sure if you can see that close on the camera right now, but the Guardian spawn points have a little Guardian symbol on them, which looks like this. And they are sort of purple and weird and eerie and smoky and stuff, and that's where they will spawn once we get that hazard result, and we'll talk about how that works in a second. And right now, as we spawn a new one of those tiles, a Guardian pops up and goes, "Oi, what are you doing here? It's my temple." And Rose is going to have to now deal with that.
Yeah, I am. So I have a couple of options here. I can try and fight the Guardian, which is one action point, but it is a skill check and I might not succeed. Or I can just run away from the Guardian, but I'll take one opportunity damage if that happens. So I think I'm going to stay and fight the Guardian.
Cool. And 4+ on a skill check kills the Guardian, so the priest is using some kind of weird arcane thing to just kind of at the Guardian, and it goes pop and puts into a load of smoke. And fortunately, that one is no longer going to hurt you, but it'll probably be more later.
I think he just lamps it at short range.
Just punches it right in the face. Boom!
Yeah. So, that was my 2 action points. So, I'm choosing not to exert this time, so I'm just going to roll the hazard dice since the end of the priest's turn.
So for those of you who aren't familiar with Subterra 1, exerting is when you basically get a third action point. In Subterra 2 it's a little bit differently. You basically spend one of your health tokens to exert. You're basically stretching your ability to do things on a given turn. You can always have that one if you want, but you have to spend that basically that point of health to do so. But not always sensible to do that.
Okay, so next section, the rogue.
Sorry, I think I interrupted you before you explained that.
Yeah. So roll the lava dice, but roll the hazard dice, but it's lava, and there's no lava on the board yet, so nothing happens.
Ooh. And so the difference between Subterra 1 and Subterra 2, rather than doing hazards at the end of the round, in Subterra 2 you have to have every single player. So you roll that dice every single player turn, and something will happen.
Okay, so the rogue's turn. The rogue is super fast. So they're going to run off in this direction for 1 action point. That's one of their special actions. And then they're going to explore here for their 2nd action point.
Cool. Let's see what nasty tile business we've got today.
Oh, it's a trap.
Lovely.
But, as the rogue, you and other explorers on your tile cannot lose any health from traps. So I don't need to roll to see if the spike trap is triggered or not.
Sweet!
And I rolled trigger traps, but the only trap that's around me is that one, so again, I'm fine.
So the rogue is mega sneaky.
I'm burning all our luck out at the start.
Great. That does not bode well for later. Okay, cool. So next up we have the foreman. As I said, his special abilities, we've got excavate, which means he can dig rubble from a collapsed tile a little bit easier than most of the other explorers can do. And also shore up, which is a way of basically neutralising the threats of a given tile, make it a little bit easier to come back through the cave if you've got a nasty combination of things you have to work your way through on the way back. So, to start off with, I am going to... I don't really like the idea of having a Guardian tile right next to the entrance. That seems like that's not going to end well if we're trying to get back through and a Guardian pops up. So I'm actually going to move into that dead-end Guardian tile, go and join the priest for 1 action point. And then my 2nd action point, I'm going to use one of my 4 shore-up tokens. I'm going to plop that on that tile there. And that means that every icon underneath it, in this case the Guardian spawn point icon, is now neutralised, so nothing can spawn there. It just counts as a normal tile. Now I've only got 4 of those, as I said, so I can't make it, make the entire place safe. But it gives us a chance of getting that a little bit easier. Okay, now... The foreman's got 5 health, but I still don't think it's a good idea to exert at this point. We're still relatively safe, so I'm going to roll the hazard roll, and it's trigger traps. Now, fortunately, I'm not near to any traps, so
yeah,
we're all good.
The trap roll only applies to traps that you are either on or next to in the case of a dart trap.
Cool, so foreman's good, and now we're going to move on to the veteran, who has tons of health, and we're just going to blow through everything. So let's do it. I am going to move 1. I'm going to explore 1 there, so just grab the towel bag, see what lovely concoction of things we get today. Now we have a dart trap. So annoyingly, this is a corner, which is not what I wanted, so that's my 2nd action point there. I'm right in thinking that dart traps don't trigger when you move into them.
No, it's only if you roll traps when you're on or next to them.
Cool, so even if I exerted right now, I'd definitely be in a tile that is adjacent to the dart trap, meaning if I exerted, I'd be spending a health point, and I'm still running the risk of losing a health point, either by rolling a stumble, which doubles the effect of losing that health if you exert, meaning you lose an extra one, or if I roll a trap and get hit by a dart as well. So it's probably not worth me exerting at this point, given what tile I've got there. If there'd been anything else, I probably could have managed it. So I'm going to leave it at that for the veteran and see what happens. It's lava. Now, fortunately, no lava right now, so we're all good. So that is the end of the round.
It is the end of the round. Okay, so at the end of the round, two things happen. Any guardians that are currently on the board activate twice. As you can see, there are no guardians. We've dispatched them all. So that leaves just the volcano. At the end of the round, the volcano is going to tick up once towards the 0 space. Once it gets to a 0, the eruption is imminent, and we are really out of time. Okay.
You were going to say something else then, weren't you? Once it gets that 0 as well, nothing will happen until someone rolls the lava result, which is a big fire symbol. So you can basically sit up there for a couple of turns until someone rolls it. You've got a 1 in 6 chance each time of doing that. So obviously you're not going to last probably more than a round or so before that crops up, and then goes the volcano.
Okay, so it's the priest's turn. As you can see, we're all splitting up quite a bit, but that's okay because the priest can both revive healing characters at a distance, or they can purify, which means they're killing monsters at a distance. But all this magic is really bad for the priest, so if they want to do those actions, they'll have to exert. This time, I'm just going to go 1, 2. That's it.
Okay, you can leave it at that?
Yeah, I'm leaving it there. And no, I rolled the monsters to activate, but again, there are no guardians on the board, so nothing's going to happen. It's the rogue's turn. Since I'm on a tile with 2 exits, I'm going to reveal
3
this
exits?
way. 3 exits, sorry.
You're going
yes.
to just do them though.
Yeah, I was going to leave the other one for the priest.
How nice of you.
So I'm going to reveal here. Uh-oh.
Another guardian
That's a
spawn point.
guardian. That's fun.
Delightful.
In Terra 2, whenever you place a guardian tile, they spawn instantly. And also act as a spawn point for guardians later in the game. Okay, that's cool. I'm glad I revealed. So I'm just going to explore in this direction, actually. And I explored straight onto a bridge. Bridge tiles aren't dangerous, but they can only hold 1 explorer at once. Okay.
Nice one.
End of the rogue's turn. I rolled claps, but there's no rune tiles on the board, so we're all good.
Okay. You can see how at the start, it kind of eases you in a little bit, because you've not got all of the hazards to deal with to start with, but obviously further on in the game, when every tile is going to be out on the table, it's going to get dicey pretty quickly. Lol. Okay, Foreman, I'm rapidly boarding things up to try and avoid getting eaten by monsters. I'm going to do the run action. Which is one of the generic actions everyone has, where you spend 2 action points and you get to move 3 times. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to come join these guys over here, trying to help out with dealing with this big pile of monster-y nonsense and traps and all sorts of stuff. I think we're going to leave that. Yeah, and then deal with the Guardian next turn. So I'm just going to roll the hazard die, see what I get, and it's a stumble. Now this would have meant, if I'd exerted this round, I would have taken another damage, so I'm really glad that I decided to stay back and not do that right now. So I would be down to 3 health rather than my max of 5, which would not have been good. So, veteran, the tank is moving. Okay, I'm going to explore into here, on the other side of that dart trap tile, and see what we get.
Can't be worse than a dart trap.
It's lava!
That's not worse than a dart trap. I like lava.
It's alright. Yeah. Just get a little bit scorched every now and again. Okay, and then for my second action point, I'm going to explore again into this next tile, see what I have this time. And it is one of the very small number of completely empty tiles. Look how empty and inviting that looks. Isn't that brilliant? Alright, okay, so now I decide whether I'm going to exert or not. Now, one of the advantages of the tank character, Veteran, is that it has so much health. Now, you don't want to spend all of this all the time, because you do need that for battering Guardians to pieces. But at the moment, I'm sitting pretty, there's not any Guardians nearby, so I'm going to exert and explore again into there. Spend my health token for the exertion. Hope I don't roll a stumble in a second, but we'll see what happens first. And I've got a bridge tile, so explored straight into there. It doesn't really matter that no one else can join me in there, because there's no one else around me. I have no friends. In life or in this game. It's so sad. Okay, that's way too much information for everybody watching. Hazard roll. Boom. We have
Spawn a Guardian.
Activate Spawn a Guardian, and that
Closest to the one who rolled it.
which is that one over there.
Yeah.
Cool. And that is the end of the round. And what happens now?
Yeah.
Raz?
End of the round. The Guardians are all going to activate twice, which is bad news. So when the Guardians activate, if they are already sharing the space with a conscious explorer, a live explorer, they're going to do 1 damage per activation. If they don't currently share a space, they're going to spend that activation moving 1 space towards the closest live explorer. So this one is 1, 2, 3, 4 steps away from priest, 1, 2, 3, 4 steps away from veteran. So we get to decide which one we wanted to target.
I say veteran.
I think the veteran.
I mean, it's not really going to make much difference. Oh, sorry, yeah, because they're moving 2, aren't they?
The priest is not very good at close quarters combat.
The veteran is really good at close quarters combat because they get battered over the face with a giant shield. Alright, and then this other one, what's that?
The other one, so that's going to go here. The rogue is really squishy.
Yeah.
They've got 3 HP, so I would say that it should target the foreman.
I think that's reasonable. He's not, because he's only got 2 activations, that second activation is moving into the tile, so he's still got an opportunity to attack it. And we do have 2 characters there to give that a go, so it's probably okay. Alright.
Yeah.
Cool, and we move Volcano Tracker up 1, we're now at 19.
Yeah.
And back to the priest.
Okay, well, I am going to...
What's the priest people you're going to do?
Do you think you can just kill that one on your turn with your foreman?
I mean, it's on my tile, so I've got...
2 chances.
I've got 2 chances to do it, yeah.
Alright, peace out.
Reasonably good. Okay, now I'm not so sure.
I'm going exploring. I'm sure the foreman can handle it.
Well, here we go.
Oh, well, I tried. I've been stopped in my tracks, though, by a ruin tile. When ruin tiles are placed in Subterra 2, unlike the cadence of Subterra 1, they place already collapsed. So, if you try to explore into one, you'll simply be rebuffed. You've walked into a wall of solid rock. Okay.
Oops.
So, one of us will have to dig that out, should we wish to move through it in the future.
It's probably going to be your boy the foreman, because he's really good at doing it.
So, I'm going to move onto here in case it does activate, then we can split the damage.
Cool, cool, cool. Alright.
My best attempts to leave you in a dust world. So. Okay, so we would trigger a trap if we were in range of 1, but since we're not on top of the spike trap, which is which has no range, you have to be on top of it.
Spike go up.
No traps are triggered, so we're fine.
Cool, and that dart trap over there doesn't do anything because it's not in range of the one who actually rolled the roll. Okay, foreman.
Rogue.
No, yep, sorry. Got too excited.
Someone's getting twitchy about the Guardians. Alright, here we go.
Explore.
Yes.
Okay, we've got another
Save
normal tile.
tile. Alright, I'm going to come back over this way.
There's not many of them, so...
Yeah, it's fine.
Probably a good thing there's another hazard tile.
Alright, it's a trap. We're going to need the foreman to come through and probably...
And you moved on to one.
Oh, I'm the rogue.
You're the rogue. Yeah, you don't see time. Normally, if you move onto the spike trap, you would have to take a skill roll to see if you take damage. You're kind of surprised by the fact you probably stood on a hidden pressure plate and a bunch of, 12-inch metal spikes go out the floor.
But I'm the best and very sneaky. So
I have no idea how big these spikes are. I feel like they're probably bigger than a foot.
Yeah, they're like proper
like 3
terrifying spikes. They're like human size. Yeah.
Okay, so you roll stumble. So
I did not exert, so I'm all good. Off we go.
Cool. Alright, let's do it. And go out. Right, first attempt at 1 extra point to give him a slap. And he did it in one go. Absolutely blasted him. There we go. So the Guardians are a bit squishier than the Horrors and Subterra 1. They're basically big old piles of rock with swords. But these guys come prepared. My foreman's got a pickaxe. You know,
I like
do it in swing.
Squishier.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, squishier as in horrifying and will eat you still. Okay, cool. So I now have another action point. So I'm going to move over here, back to where I can then deal with the rubble without having to go through the spike trap. And I'm actually going to exert 1. Spend that action point and get rid of this. So normally it takes 2 action points to dig rubble out of an adjacent tile, but the Foreman has a special ability, Excavate, which does it for 1. So there we go, that's out of the way. And now it's the hazard roll, so hopefully I don't stumble. And it's a collapse. So now what we do, if you can see on here, each ruin tile has a number on it, depicted on a little dice. Now there's 6 of them, and each one has one of the results on the dice. So roll that and see which one will cave back in again. Now the only one revealed is a 2, and we rolled a 6.
So we're fine.
So we're okay, it doesn't collapse in. Now if that had been a 2, it would recollapse in and I'd be really annoyed. But fortunately it didn't. Okie doke, so, veteran. Now I'm 2 spaces away from that Guardian, so I'm reasonably far away. Don't really need to worry about it too much right now. So I'm going to forge on and explore into that place there. Hopefully we can kind of connect that back up again and give ourselves an easier ride on the way back from Sanctum. And I have a spike trap tile. So as I explored into there, that counts as moving in. So I'm going to take that skill check. Now unfortunately got a 1.
Which means the spike trap triggers, by the way. I don't think we explained spike traps properly. The reasons we haven't been rolling for the spike traps is that the rogue is immune to traps. Well, not exactly. the rogue cannot trigger traps, so we haven't been rolling for the rogue, but everyone else when they enter a spike trap must roll a die and see if they successfully avoid the trap triggers. So 4 or higher, the spike trap doesn't trigger, so you lose no health. 3 or lower, you have failed, and the spike trap will do you 3 damage.
So my stupid tank character who just bumbled their way in thinking, I'm basically invincible, wasn't. Okay, so that's 1 action point. I'm going to...
You lose 3 health.
Oh, God.
Your Wi-Fi network isn't connected to the internet.
Correct,
Oh.
Alexa.
The robot is speaking to us. Oh, sorry, I completely messed that up. 3 health, that's a lot. I've only got 3 left
It's okay,
now.
the priest will save you.
I'm basically a squishy character again. Okay, I'm going to explore again. My second action point. Going to go to there. Hopefully link that stuff up. Or just make a massive blockage and cause a huge problem for everybody. It's not too bad.
It's really not ideal.
Now, I'm not... What I'm going to do, because you get to choose which orientation the tile's going, just like in Subterra 1. As long as it connects to the one you're currently
I
standing
think
on.
you should connect it here because the rogue can connect this one.
My thinking exactly, yeah. So, because I could do it there so it connects around to the rogue that way, or around that way so it makes another connection to the first sort of area. But as Rory said, we can connect this one up here, so I'm going to give the Foreman a chance to loop back round like that. Okie dokie. And I explored in there, and spawned a Guardian immediately on there. And I'm going to exert and headbutt him, because I don't want to get slapped in the face twice. So I'm using my Smite ability, which automatically kills one enemy on my tile, rather than having to roll the skill check like the other characters do. You can kind of see from the way the character abilities are working, it's a lot like Subterra 1 in that regard, in that everybody can do everything they need to, and each character is usually more efficient or specialised in a particular set of abilities. So, I'm going to roll my hazard roll for the veteran, and it's collapse, and I'm going to have to roll a d6. It's a 3, and we don't have any 3s, so we're fine.
Alright, so it's the end of the round. So this Guardian is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to...
Towards the veteran, I guess.
Yeah, let's send it towards the veteran. So
And that's going to go up 1 to 18.
Okay, and it is the priest's turn. Well, the priest is going to use their divine powers to help the veteran. So, the priest's revive action will give an explorer 3 health, or if they're down, 1 health. That explorer can be anywhere on the board.
Wibbly woo, magic.
So, but I have to exert. It really, it's a lot of effort for me to summon this incredible power.
I've
So,
screamed quite a lot.
you get 3 health back, veteran.
Boom. Just shouting through the temple, thanks, Barry! That's not the official canonical name, don't worry. Okay, cool. Back up to reasonably good strength.
Yeah.
Sick.
Okay,
Right.
so that's the rogues. That's it for the priest turn. And we spawn a Guardian.
So it's going to be
Okay,
next to you.
yeah, closest possible to me. That's fine. I have loads of health.
I mean, 4 isn't loads.
All right, we're gonna reveal here.
You can reach it.
It's fine. Reveal here, cool. That's fine. So,
Cool.
that's a rubble tile, that'll be all
Pop a
good
little
once
pile of rocks.
someone bothers to dig it out. But that someone will not be me, goodbye.
Explore again. Into another
My
one.
bad, it's
And
another
boing,
rubble
back
tile.
in there.
Wow, I keep being prevented from being really annoying.
Getting there.
That's
I
sad.
think that the official word is rock block. Just give up with that now. Quite pleased with myself.
Okay, so
Sorry, Mum.
that's the rogue's turn over.
Ooh.
And all explorers, I wish it was all explorers move.
Yeah.
All guardians move.
Oh, the priest's gonna get slapped. And it's the foreman. He's gonna come to the rescue. 1 action point to move in, and he's gonna see if he can make dust out of it. What is it? What is it? Okay. It's a 5. He slapped him.
I tend to think that the rule is usually if it falls on the floor, it doesn't count, but we'll take it.
It worked. It's fine. For the sake of the drama. Okay, cool. So 1 more guardian down. So that's foreman's 2 action points there.
Okay.
I'm not gonna exert. So and we spawn another guardian. Great.
Cool.
Pop that there.
Love it. Love it.
And now it's the veteran's go. This is tricky.
Don't get slapped again.
Yeah, so I can either move into the.
If you move away, the guardian can dig out that one for us.
That's true because we'll be equidistant, so we can force him. So when a guardian moves in or activates next to a rock tile, you can basically spend the activation to dig out the rocks as if they were moving through it.
Even guardians can't move through solid rock.
Yeah, exactly. They've got to shove some rocks out of the way first. So if I moved, I would be the same distance away as the rogue was, which means we get to choose which one it moves towards. We can choose the rogue and it will try and dig out the rocks, which can slow down a little bit. So yeah, I think that's a sensible move. So I'm just thinking whether it's worth.
Just run
Yeah,
through
I'm
it.
actually going to run because what I'm going to do next time around is I'm going to get the foreman to make this safe because it's causing a bit of a problem at the moment.
Yeah.
Because we're kind of hesitant to move through because it's a little bit dangerous. So I'm going to 1, 2, 3. It's my run for 2 action points, and I'm going to leave it there because I can't really do much else right now. So hazard roll for the veteran, and it's lava. Lava, boop, pops up and burns anyone that's on it. Just 1 damage, I believe.
If anyone was on it, yes.
Yeah. Unfortunately, no one is on it right now, or on any lava tile. So it's now end of round.
Alright, so this guardian is closer to the rogue, so it's gonna, for first activation, it's gonna take that off. Second activation, it's gonna move here. The other guardian is gonna go 1. Then it will deal 1 damage to 1 explorer on the tile, so we can choose who takes the damage. I suggest the veteran.
Yeah, I'll take a hit. I've got like a million health. I'm good. That's basically my role, is to just soak up damage and get battered. I really want to kill that guardian now. Okie dokie, and we need to move that one up to 17, and it's back over to the priest.
Priest time. Okay, so for the rogue's sake, because the rogue is really bad at dealing with the guardians, I'm going to exert to take out that guardian, which means they'll definitely be safe.
Yeah,
Alright,
spicy move.
off it goes.
Magic.
I can sense the distress emanating from further in the cave.
The foreman's like, what are you doing? And the priest is just like,
Which is good,
Mind
because
bullets.
we would have a bit of a guardian situation otherwise. But the guardians activate now,
so
so
this guy's gonna slap once.
up to you. I don't think the priest should take it.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
Busy serving humanity.
I'm gonna say the veteran over the foreman purely because, like, it's got higher max health, so if you wanted to do the revive thing again,
Yeah.
it'd make more sense than doing
That
a
is true.
foreman just getting 1 or 2 back. So I'll take that hit.
Yep.
Okay, rogue.
If you wanted to do the revive again, hint, hint. Okay, the rogue is going to go 1 and then reveal 1 here.
Ooh, only reveal.
Yep. It is kind of risky to stand in a ruined tile, but
See what happens.
yeah.
Lava.
Okay, so that's it. You know what? I'm gonna exert. No, I'm gonna be really sensible.
I'm gonna say you're free health. Countdown.
Time's always running out. Okay. So it was lava,
Spicy lava.
but I'm not on the lava tile, so
Cool.
decision justified. Okay. For now, don't roll collapse.
Foreman is not going to headbutt the Guardian because the veteran's going to do it for them, despite the fact he's 2 for 2 on fighting Guardians right now. Absolute lad. What he's going to do is going to move into the spike trap tile and is going to hopefully not get skewered. And he did get skewered. And 3 health.
Looks like the priest is going to be doing a lot.
Yeah. So that's 3
Good
health.
thing we brought a priest.
He's now got a, we've decided 3-foot spike sticking out his leg. It's a bit of an ouchie, but he has decided that it is only a flesh wound, air quotes, and will now use his second action point to shore up the tile there, covering over that symbol. It's now just a normal tile. Basically what he's doing now is kind of like pushing the spikes back into the ground and then like wedging bits of rocks or something in it to stop them popping up again, and kind of cursing at it for causing him a mild injury. Okay, so now we're going to roll the hazard die, and it's spawning Guardian time. So there's a spawn spot right next to me, so it's going to pop that on there. And then it's the veteran's go. I'm going to, bam, smite the Guardian for 1. There we go. And for my second trick, I'm going to move into this spot with the foreman. And let's see what happens now. It's another spawn Guardian, so we've got a bully to join his friend, and it is the end of the round.
Oh, great. Okay.
Done.
Alright, so all Guardians activate twice, which means these two are going to come in here and deal a total of 2 damage, which the veteran has to take, otherwise the foreman's going to be downed.
And that's not
You
good.
can recover from being downed, but it's
Just a
not a
bit
good
of pain.
idea.
Wow.
Yeah, and the volcano tracker goes up 1
Bam. Got another Guardian right now. Cool.
towards our inevitable destiny.
It is time for the Mind Wallet Boy,
It's
the priest.
time. So what I'm going to do is exert and heal the veteran in the hope the veteran will just be able to. Hopefully we won't roll monsters activate, otherwise we'll be in trouble. Hopefully the veteran will be able to smite the Guardians. Alright, so take 3 health.
Cool. And while you have this help is there, I'm just going to check on the screen. Everybody happy? Can everyone still see? Everyone.
It'll be a bit tragic with the stream.
Yeah. Can it someone just like whack a comment in really quickly, just so we're sure that this is still working and we're not just like talking to ourselves in the full-on hope that someone is actually watching somewhere on the internet. Put a comment in. Someone do a comment. Someone do a comment. Hopefully we are online.
I'm sure.
It has a little eyeball that says 6 on it, so I'm hoping. Oh, hello.
Hello to
Yeah.
one of those 6 pairs of eyeballs.
Yeah, there's definitely there are things happening. Someone's asked a question. So, question from Patricia: do you lose health when you move away from a Guardian?
If you move off a tile with a Guardian and there's no one else in that tile, no other explorer in that tile, then yes, you'll lose 1 health.
Cool. All right. Well, what I'll do now that I'm sure that the internet is still connected to our little corner of the office, we shall get back to it. So it's the rogues go, right?
Yes, priest just went but didn't roll a hazard. Oh! Uh-oh. Great.
More
We've
boys.
got a bit of a Guardian problem.
It's not like a rat infestation.
Yes.
I mean, we also have the offices in East London, but
These are the rats of the volcanic temple.
yeah, they're probably scarier than the Guardians, to be honest. We're about this big.
So, the rogue is going to reveal 1 at the open exit to their tile. Here we go. Oh, it's
sick.
a key. I forgot that keys exist.
Yeah, we've gone through so many tiles without one.
And
Cool.
then, so I'm just going to move 1 into there and pick the key up. Later, key
So
tiles are
remember,
relatively safe. I'm a
Keys
long
are
way
the things that
from
we're trying to get so that we can get into the sanctum and grab the artifact.
I'm not near any tracks, and I can't trigger them anyway, so...
Cool. Foreman.
Alright.
He's spinning his pickaxe in one hand, pulling his spade out the other, and he's like, I'm ready, come at me. So, Guardian number 1. Bam!
Great.
Guardian number 2. No! It's a 4! It's a 4. Rose, can you confirm that's a 4?
That is a 4.
kills the other one. 4 for 4. The foreman is
We
absolutely.
need a dice tower or something.
Wrecking
A
them.
volcano dice tower.
Comment if you want a volcano dice tower.
Stop.
Comment if you'd like to create me about 3 days more work. It's cool. If you genuinely want a volcano dice tower, please let me know. Okay, cool. So the foreman's done. I'm not going to exert because I have 1 health. Yeah, no, I can't. So, how's it going? It's a collapse, and we don't want a 2 or a 1. We get a 3. We're all good.
Okay, good stuff.
Veteran, for 1 action point, is going to heal the foreman. So when you do a heal action, 1 action point, you can either give yourself or someone else on your tile 1 health point back. Obviously, if they're on 0 and they're knocked out, which will explain further if that happens, then they just get back up again so they've got 1 health again. Okay, so that was 1 action point, and for my second trick, I'm gonna go onto the bridge tile.
Okay.
The form's gonna go around, I think, and I'm gonna exert and move again. And see what the hazard roll does. It's activate Guardian. Sorry, priest.
Right, thank you.
Oh dear. He's only got 2 health, hasn't he?
Thanks, yeah.
Whoops.
Nice to see that my
So,
kindness has
as it's
really
going
been
around,
repaid here.
Activate twice, so
once
it's 2
the
dead.
Guardian is activated twice, so I am down. When you're down, you can't take any actions except to call 1 space per turn.
It's almost like I did that on purpose somehow without realising, so we can explain how being downed works. Alright, I'll move the volcano tracker up 1. We're now 15.
Yeah, so the priest's turn. The priest is going to go 1
Crawling.
and look very sad at the foreman. Puppy dog eyes. Okay, so I'm
Hazard
still
roll.
have to roll a hazard die. Lava. No one's on lava. We're all good.
Rogue.
It's the rogue's turn. So for 1 action, the rogue is going to pick up the key. Remember, we need to get all 3 keys to the sanctum tile, but each explorer can only carry 1 key at a time.
The keys are heavy. They're basically big rocks.
For 1 action point, picked up the key. For 1 action point, I use my special skill sprint to move 2 spaces.
Alright, cool. Hazard roll! Trapping traps.
Oh,
No one nearby. We're all
I'm
good.
blessed. I guess.
Hashtag rogue blessed.
Yes.
You can tell that I'm barely a millennial. Foreman.
Barely Gen Z. You're a millennial.
Yeah, I forget which one I am. I'm just a granddad of my generation. Okay, Foreman is going to heal the priest 1 and get you back on your feet. And I'm actually going to do that a second time because the priest is really useful for characters that have gone off-piste. So I'm going to leave it at that.
Looks at the rogue.
Yeah, the rogue just disappeared off into the darkness somewhere. And you're like, where are you going? Like, find the keys. Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to exert. So hazard roll. Boom! Activate Guardian. Whoops. And veteran. I'm just going to keep going forwards. Need to get the keys. So I'm going to explore for my first action point. And we get a lava tile.
Nice.
But it's a 4-in-1, which is really cool. So what I'm actually going to do is reveal this one first, which is a ruin tile. That's a number 4. I'll whack one of those on there. And then I'm going to exert to explore into the next one. Just the one in that direction. It's a key tile! Yeah! Key. Bam. Cool, and that's my turn over. Hopefully I don't stumble. I don't. I'd activate traps, but there are none near me, so I'm all good. That is the end of the round. So
Monsters activate twice, so
1 each.
I mean I can't exert, but yeah, that's fine.
It's going to have to be, isn't it?
Yeah.
Volcano goes up to 14, getting closer to the top. And now it's back to the priest.
Alright, so the priest is going to try and sock the guardian in the face because there's really not very much else I can do.
Nope.
Rip.
Nope.
Oh. Ouch.
So is that
Luckily, there's
priests
no
aren't great at
penalty
combat?
for failing. But yes.
The Guardian just kind of looks at you and goes, what are you doing?
I also singed the rogue a bit, that's great.
That white hair's got a little bit of a grey tinge.
Yeah. Okay, so it's the rogue's turn. Okay, so rogue is going to reveal this way. There's still a sizable chunk of tiles left here.
There's a disturbing number. And once again, rock blocked.
There we go. It's just a reveal though, so it's fine.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna explore that way.
It's mildly rock blocked.
Sweet.
Oh, cool.
Safe.
I think that might be the last of the normal tiles.
Yeah.
Alright. Hazard Rollo.
Ha!
Traps. We've been pretty lucky with the hazard rolls, other than
Yes.
the Guardians. Alright, Foreman. Right. Okay, it's Guardian punching time. See, it's 5 for 5. And it is. Oh, yeah. It's an outrageous amount of luck from the Foreman. Cool. So that was one. And for a second action point, I'm going to heal myself one.
Why don't you heal me and then I can heal you 3 next time?
You make a fair point. There we go. I really like the
Yeah.
punch balls. It's really satisfying. Okay, and hazard roll for the Foreman. Traps. Good, because I shored up the spike trap, so we kind of get stabbed by it. See if I shunk in the background as it kind of fails miserably. Like, ha! Person who I don't know made this thing maybe 1,000 years ago. Probably more. Okay, Veteran is going to, for one action point, pick up the key. And then is going to, for a second action point, move back into the lava tile, hopefully doesn't get scorched, and is not going to exert because I have 2 health left. Hazard roll. Yep, that was a really sensible decision because I'm now on 1 health. Okay, so remember lava tiles do 1 damage to anyone that's on them when you roll the lava results. And as it's the end of the round, it's going to pop this along one. There are no guardians to deal with, so it's back to the priest.
Alright, so the priest is going to keep to his word and heal the Foreman using Revive, which
An honourable priesty boy.
is of course an exert for the priest. So we're going to roll a hazard die. Uh-oh.
Call-ups.
That's...
It's a 3.
It's a 3, that's
We're all
fine.
good. Only got
We're
1s and 2s available. So.
Okay, so the rogue is going to reveal here.
Bag of stuff. Ooh, it's looking very light now.
Oh.
Dun dun dun.
Okay.
Rock blocked! I feel like we need like a really big, like,
Why
comic book
not?
style, like, flash thing every time that happens. Lawrence, if you're watching, you know what to do.
Okay, and then I'm going to explode that way.
Shut down!
It's a trap.
It's fine for you.
I love traps. There we go.
I love trains.
Yeah.
Okay, Foreman is going to
Hang on.
not do anything.
I spawned a Guardian, but it's all the way back here, so you guys have to deal with it.
Backs flats. Okay, Foreman's going to leg it. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to exert 1. So remember, that's 2 action points to do a run when you move 3 times, and I'm going to exert 1 to dig using the excavate special action, which only costs me 1 to get rid of that rubble there. And then hazard, and there are no traps next to me, so I'm all good. So now it is the veteran's go. The veteran is going to move 1 and explore 1. And we've got a dark trap tile. And I've only got 1 health left, so I'm not going to exert. So all hazards. And we activate Guardian, so that's going to go there, so it's definitely the closest one. And then it's the end of the round. And it looks like the priest is getting headbutted by a Guardian again.
Oh no.
So activate once to move in, activate a second time to knock him over. And then move this up to 12.
Sucks to be a
And it's
priest.
the priest's go.
Okay, alright.
Cool.
And
Do the crawl. And then lava, so Foreman gets scorched for 1.
I I feel like that Guardian was your fault, even though it wasn't.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Rose. I'll come get you.
Okay. I think it was a jubilation, was it? She flicked away my last health point. Alright, I'm going to explore there.
Cool. Hopefully it's a key. It's been a while since we've seen one. Oh, more lava. Great.
Spicy. I don't want to go too far in that direction, so I'm actually...
Yeah, we get hard to get back here.
Because the sanctum's going to be placed in the road that's furthest away from the exit.
Yeah, so it's basically going to be over here somewhere.
I'm going to explore again. That's fine.
More trap. That is a horrifying little corner.
Yeah, we're not going to put anything in
Really glad the sanctum is not over there.
Okay, so that's it for the rogue's turn. I mean, the rogue is happy. This is quite safe.
You've got another one there.
Yep.
Brilliant. Yeah, exactly. That's just what I said.
People to deal with.
Foreman is going to dig this from next door for 1, move in for 2, and then...
No! What are you exerting?
I didn't even say the words!
Oh!
Wait, how many tiles left in it?
Everyone is so close to death.
There's 3 tiles left.
There's 3 tiles left and we have so many turns left. If you exert, you're passed out as well. If you roll stumble, you're going to pass out as well.
I suppose there's only like a 1 in 36 chance that I get collapsed on as well.
Yeah. It's a higher chance you roll stumble and you pass out than you get collapsed on.
I'm not going to listen to Rose, the Foreman's on a roll. I'm going to explore into there. It's a Guardian tile. So I spent the action point.
I have no words.
Guardian
If
goes
we lose
around.
this game, it's his fault.
Lol. Okay, Veteran's going to be sensible and get 2 health.
Have you thought about bracing?
That really deserved...
Oh, it's fine, you can't. It's not going to make any difference.
Yeah.
The dart trap will be the exact same.
Okay, so yeah, so it's literally just a hazard roll. Spawny Guardian closest to me, so
It's on top of
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Yes, it's another one on top of the Foreman. Great, so it's the end of the round. So there are 4 activations in this tile here. So for the first one, they're going to knock that out. So one can move 1 space, and the other one is going to move 2 spaces. I'm sorry. I thought the Foreman was on a roll because he killed 5 Guardians in a row.
That's not how statistics work.
Really? What? Okay.
Okay.
Did we move that?
Oh mate, you've absolutely thrown this game.
Was only going to move
No,
that?
you didn't move that.
Okay, cool. Alright, priest.
Alright, okay. So the priest is... The priest is gonna crawl.
You sound so defeated already.
I am!
I hope we at least get to the big reveal in this game rather than just losing spectacularly before that happens.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's another
okay.
one on top of the Foreman that looks at it.
Yeah.
Oh wait. 1, 2, 3. You can put it on that one if you want. So it's the same distance. There's quite a few Guardians in there, isn't there?
It's mildly less awful.
Okay.
Then the rogue is going to go... The rogue is going to run back. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Cool. How's it roll?
Collapse. Roll the collapse.
Hopefully it's not going to be a 1 or a 3. It's 2. So that one back there collapses. Not too bad. Okay, so the Foreman is also going to crawl. I'm just kind of crawling after the Guardian, like, why? And is going to do the hazard roll. Spawning Guardian. Oh my god.
There's no more.
No more? Okay, we're good. We've reached maximum number of Rocky boys. Okay, the Veteran is going to smash in, I think.
I think you're just going to have to stay there and brace. Like, you can't get close enough to meaningfully smash because then the monster, the other Guardian's going to come
get me.
Yeah.
But I would only go down to 1 health when that happens.
Unless
I stumble.
you roll.
There's a 1 in 6 chance of me failing that.
Or unless you roll Guardian Activate.
That's true, yeah. So 1 in 3.
Yeah.
I like those odds.
Peter is deliberately trying to make this a short playthrough. If we
I'm
don't
not
get,
just like playing like
if
this.
we don't get to the sanctum, then we're going to have to do this
Okay,
again to
right.
illustrate the sanctum mechanics.
I'll tell you what I did, because there's only 2 tiles left in there, so actually there's a good chance that I can find the key. So although I can't pick it up, that's probably a delivery driver. Good live stream content.
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to, could you do it for me? I'm going to explore into that tile there.
Sure.
Sorry,
Key.
reveal.
Reveal. Yeah. Okay.
Look. Yep. And then I want to move back again. Sorry, I want to brace afterwards.
Okay, you're bracing. So when the veteran braces, you place the shield tile on top of the veteran. We'll just wait for a second while the DPD guy picks up a parcel. If you have any questions, I will come put them in the comments and I will endeavour to have a look. I don't exactly know how the live streams work though, so we'll see.
I will take my toilet just a second.
Sorry, I'm trying to look at the comments. I can't look at the comments, your phone's weird.
My phone's being weird. Sorry guys, phone's weird. Everyone enjoying the stream so far?
I see you laughing, Patricia.
Cool. Alright, sorry for the wiggling screens, guys. Cool.
Oh, I should have done the hazard roll for the veteran. There we go. Oh, it's Guardians activate.
Oh. Well, you're alright there then, weren't you?
Okay, so what's the closest one to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I suggest actually this Guardian goes. Actually, we don't really care about digging it out, so let's get them all towards.
The rogue.
No, towards you. Veteran.
That's where the sanctum's going to be.
Yeah, but the veteran needs to kill them, the rogue can't.
That's true. Yeah. Just make it a lot easier. Okay, and move this up.
We kind of need to save people, otherwise we're going to be.
Okay. So, one tile left. So, the priest.
Oh no, that. So then they need to do 2 more activations because that was just because the veteran roll. Guardians activate.
So, this guy's moving here. This guy's moving here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay! Veteran has worked it out for him.
Yeah.
That's true.
Did you move that?
I did move that, yeah.
Excellent.
So-
Okay, now it really is the priest's turn. Off we go. 1. That's it.
Great turn, priest. Good contribution.
Dragon.
Can't spawn any more guardians because we've got them all.
No more guardians. That's
Alright.
you know, always look on the bright side.
Your
of
log.
life. Rogue's son. The rogue's got some daggers on them, but we'll see if they're actually works or not.
Nope.
No?
Bye.
Second date.
Thanks.
Bye.
And this is what we call squishy characters
Okay.
not doing things properly.
Right, I'm literally going to die at the end of the round if I don't use it, because there's no way you can do it. So,
Yeah, that's true.
this is my last ditch chance to kill this guardian and survive.
Hey!
Yes! I did it! If I roll lava.
Yes, trying to scold yourself in the process. You're like, yes, I killed the guardian. Oh no, that's 1,000 degrees.
I spawned another guardian.
Oh gosh.
I don't really care though, that's fine.
Okay. Foreman is going to go and move 1 space, and then is going to roll a hazard roll, and fortunately not spawn another one. Actually, I say that. Veteran is going to headbutt one of these guys. The one is going to move in and headbutt another one, which would cause an exertion, and that's the end. Go.
Amazing.
Spawn
Oh,
another
no.
one. That's going to go
Disaster.
there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's the closest one. Cool. End of round. So move this up 1. Everyone goes twice. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Bam. And 1, 2. So
Alright.
we're not dead yet. Priest.
Priest is going to crawl this way. 1.
Trying to loop up with the rogue.
Yes.
and collapse. So don't want.
Oh, but if it collapses on top of the veteran, it kills the monsters.
A 5. I don't think we've got a 5.
Good,
No.
good.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
a little sad.
That was a rogue.
No, that was the priest.
Okay, cool.
So the rogue is
Heal, like, definitely.
yeah.
Because unless we get an activate. Oh, yeah, that's true actually. There's a good chance we might get an activation.
Yeah. I mean,
if you move, you could
we're
move it and try
basically
and kill it.
stuffed literally any possible way. No, that's such a waste of time. Like, I think that's quite unlikely.
Yeah, I guess. You just heal and bunker down.
Actually, I could run really far away. 1, 2. There we go.
Yeah, sound.
That's probably the most sensible. Unfortunately, a tactical retreat as I'm quite squishy.
Alright, hazard roll?
Hopefully I can just bait the monsters away from you, but hazard
Yeah.
roll. Okay,
that's
cool.
not good.
Well, this one can go in either direction.
No, I was meaning the fact that the veteran stepped down.
Oh no, it's basically lost now, but go ahead.
Yeah, so that's 1. And then that, and then that guy's going to go that way. That guy's going to go that way.
I think this might have been a case of overexerting ourselves. We've got so much time left.
I'm not guilty, honest.
Oh, so not guilty.
Okay, so now it's the foreman's go, who's going to crawl, and the veteran is also going to crawl. Foreman has a roll, doesn't make any difference. It's just stumble and then lava. Does lava kill guardians?
No,
No.
wishful
Okay.
thinking.
Yeah, it wasn't it?
Guardians are killed if tower collapses.
Alright, so that moves up 1. Guardians ordered twice, so 1, 2, 1, 2.
There is
1,
literally
2,
no way.
1, 2. This is epic. We don't even get to demonstrate half the games have done so badly.
Yeah, we've done so badly.
Okay, I did so badly by being an idiot. Okay.
Oh my god.
So spawn of the Guardian.
Alright,
Rogue.
the rogue is going down fighting, I guess.
I guess you're definitely dead, aren't you?
It's literally nothing you can do, so...
Unless you
4,
run back. Whoa, before you do anything.
I killed it.
Well, yeah, it's helpful.
It's basically going to...
You sprint away.
Yeah, but the problem is they'll just chase me.
Oh, that's true, I guess.
There's like... I just
Actually,
end up
yeah,
getting up
that's a
in the
good thing
corner.
though. Because you can move faster than they can. Oh no, you can't, can you? Because there's a good chance.
I'm
that...
going to end up there. The only thing I'm going to be able to do, there's 1 tile left in the bag. If that does connect up to
Yeah.
there, I'm going to struggle to dig through. So then I'm just going to heal 1.
Oh yeah. It's gonna have to try and
And here we go.
see what happens. Alright, Foreman is gonna crawl.
Oh, hang on.
Another one. Foreman's gonna crawl, has the roll. Doesn't do anything. Veteran's gonna crawl. Doesn't do anything. And round 2 activations. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And priest go.
Only an insane amount of luck can save me now.
I mean, hopefully it makes up for
Oh, sorry, I should
Yeah.
roll for the priest. Priest
No,
cannot
was
do
that?
anything. Alright, so kill 1 of them.
Didn't kill the other one.
That's me dead then.
Yeah, so now do a hazard roll.
Yeah, I mean, it's. Ooh.
So
Yeah.
we spawn another guardian. Go to the foreman will crawl. Another one of these, nothing happens. Veteran will crawl, another one of these. Spawn another guardian, nothing happens. End of round, move that up. 2 activations, 1, 2, and also 1, 2. So it causes you 3 damage. These guys will move here, and this guy will move here. So we did
That's it.
absolutely terribly
Total
there.
wipeout.
Yeah, that's entirely my fault. I take full responsibility for my actions. I just like playing gung-ho, okay? So we got 2 of the keys. The last key tile was revealed, and we have a key there, but obviously we need someone else to pick it up. We have 1 more tile, which probably, if we had done it properly, done it properly, it would have been this lava tile here. At that point, so that's the last tile in the bag, we would reveal the sanctum as far as possible from the entrance as possible, which would look like this. and then we would have tried to get the 3 keys to this part here in the front. You can see the little key tile icons on there. Probably can't see it from the camera. We go there, the artifact will be spawned in there, we pick it up, and then we try and get it back to the entrance again. Now, if we had got the artifact out but lost no one, we would have got a legendary victory, but as you can see, we were very far from that. If we were
forgotten.
Forgotten, yeah.
That's our official break.
So if you get everyone out and the artifacts, you get legendary. If you lose 1 explorer in the process, you get gold. If you lose 2, you get silver. If you lose 3, you get bronze. And if you lose 4 or more, or you don't get the artifact, you are rubbish, like us. Hopefully you have more luck than we do and make better choices than me being an idiot with the foreman and veteran. So as you see, that is roughly how the core game goes. Now the bit that we didn't really get to show you is kind of the big kind of grand finale of the game, because we did such a bad job of it, is what happens when you pick up the artifact, and then what happens when the volcano erupts. So when you pick up the artifact, this card that kind of reminds us what to do at the end of each round flips over. You see that side.
The volcano is angry at you.
Angry. So instead of rolling once at the end of every player turn, you roll twice on the hazard die, meaning things can get really nasty. And you do the 2 activations of the Guardians, and you also move the volcano tracker up twice. So basically everything doubles except for the number of Guardian activations. So it gets a little nastier. So if you get there really early, it's not necessarily going to be that easy to get out. Now once you get to that 0 point up here, once you've got to the top of the volcano tracker, either through the number of rounds or because of this, has kind of kicked in. Then someone rolls the fire result, this one, a little orange one, on the hazard die. This is going to flip over. And you see there's a bunch of symbols on here. I'm going to bring this close to the camera so you can see it. And what it means is we're going to flip over the Sanctum tile, which is going to look like, flip from this side over to this side, so it's full of lava. Now, anything that touches the lava side of a tile immediately gets destroyed. So if the artifact is still in there, it is lost forever. The only chance you've got of doing anything remotely good is to get everybody out. And now, every time you get the volcano symbol, which is either twice when you've got the artifact or once if you haven't, or you get a fire result on the hazard die, you are going to progress the lava. And what that means is every tile adjacent and connected to a tile that has already flipped to its lava side gets flipped to its lava side. So it can be very, very quickly through the cave. So, for example, the first one would look like this. We can flip this guy over, and you see it's got a lava side like that. And then one more, it would flip this one. And then one more, you can see there are 2 tiles connected, so it would flip this one here and this one here. And you can see how that's going to spread really quickly, so it's spread. Do this one, and this one, and this one, and then obviously it's just going to go absolutely nuts and chase you all the way through the cave. So it gets very difficult to escape the lava once you get to that point, which is why you try and get there as quick as you can without dying like we did, and get out again before the volcano goes bang and tries to melt you all in 1,000-degree lava. So yeah, I mean that's the game. Obviously, you go through every single hazard as you progress through the game. You go through every single tile. You've got the traps, the guardians, the rune tiles, the cadence, the lava keys, the guardian points, the bridges, normal tiles, and there's obviously the sanctum at the entrance.
All
tile as well.
important normal tiles.
Oh yeah, they're real nice. Yeah, so we played as 4 of the available 10 characters in the core game: the priest, the rogue, the foreman, and the veteran. There's also the aristocrat, the sapper, the guide, marksman, the healer, and the archaeologist, all of which have their own special abilities as well, like these guys, all very different, very interesting combinations of things. In Subterra 2, there's slightly more party, sort of formation party kind of creation than there is in Subterra 1. What we've done is we categorise the characters into kind of support, sort of tile revealers, tile connectors, and then sort of like combat characters. To kind of show the 4 main things that the character abilities kind of grouped into. So you've got a little bit better way of working out what your best party combination is for your set of players, for your play style, for what you want to do in that game. So yeah, that is it for now. So hopefully you enjoyed watching. Hopefully you've been able to watch this and there hasn't been any weird problems with the live stream and we've just been talking to ourselves the whole time. We'll upload this onto YouTube at some point. probably the next day or so.
Yeah.
So that if you didn't catch this and you're watching this in the future, welcome to the future. And yeah, we'll probably do another one of these at some point, maybe with the expansion content.
Yeah.
Maybe we get a large group in as well and do a sort of big game, hopefully like a 6-player or something, if we can manage to get people together. So yeah, it's bye for now.
Great.
Enjoy the rest of the campaign, and yeah,
Thanks for watching.
cool. All right, turn off my phone now. Focus went out. Oh dear. Okay, we're still live. We need to work out how to make it stop.